Okay, so once again you are most welcome. My name is Mtanda Samir. Now still we are still proceeding with our Wakissha marking guide, specifically mathematics this time around. And now we are in for item 4 of Wakissha 2025. And now guess what? In item 4, please, it is very enticing. In fact, it is just a set theory number, but a bit sensitive. You need to really watch it to the end. It's a good one, by the way, especially for a teacher who is teaching a cadet class, and also, right, anyone in senior theory or anyone who's going to do UNEB this year. Don't miss out this video. Better watch it to the end because it has a lot of things. In fact, very many learning points. But before we proceed, please, we simply remind you to subscribe to the channel. Alright, good. So, and still at the end of this, we are going to provide you with item 5 at the end, so that you look at it, and soon or later we shall be posting it. Item 5 will be at the end of the video, so please be there to watch it. Item 5 comes from vectors. You all know what vectors are, and please, it is a sensitive one. In fact, so among the rare scenarios about vectors, a rare one, by the way. So better be in for it if you are a teacher or even a student. Better at least watch this video to the end and look at that item such that when you post it, you come very ready for it. Alright, good. Without wasting time, I think let's proceed. We are in for item 4. Please subscribe to the channel, and also subscribe. That's the only humble appeal we have right here. Then also, you can also give a thumb, alright, a like, a comment. Well, comments tend to be a bit hectic to some people, so you just hit a thumb and you give a like to the video. Alright, without wasting time, I think let's move or proceed. Alright, so right here we are. So there we are. All right. All right, good. So we are still proceeding. We simply remind you to like, share, and comment. Please like, share, and comment. All right, good. So there we are with our item 4 of Wakissha. I've said it is a special one, by the way. Better watch it to the end. It's very enticing. Alright, good. So let's, I think, get our laser pen right here so that we can read slowly and we move on. So they're saying the sports teacher of your school is taking learners to participate in the post-primary games. The main games that the school will participate in are football, volleyball, and netball. Okay, good. However, he decides that they will participate in the other games if the probability of getting a learner that plays, now you see what you see in green is a highlight, means that you're going to pay much attention there. So however, he decides that they will participate in other games if the probability of getting a learner that plays none of the 3 games is more than 0.15. Okay, good. His target is to take more than 60 learners who play either football or volleyball. Good. All the 75 learners he is taking play at most 2 games. I think let's start from here. So summarizing from here, so they're saying all the 75 learners is taking. Now here you can just start off with the summary. Rather that 75 is the what? Is simply the number in the universe, by the way. You have it at 75. Okay. He is taking play at most 2 games. Now, there's something I want you to see, that all the 75 learners he is taking play at most 2 games. Now, the meaning of that at most means less than or equal to 2. Now, what are the values which are less than or equal to 2? The values which are less than or equal to 2, we have 2 itself, we have a 1, and we have 0. You see that? Now, if they play at most 2, you rather have 2, 1, and 0. It means that we don't have a 3. Remember, a 3 means those who play all the 3, meaning that those who play netball, those who play volleyball, those who play football. How many are they? How many are they here? You see that? Have a 1, a 2, and a 3. But we don't have a 3 here. It means that, but the 3 corresponds to what? The 3 corresponds to the intersection of number in, say for example, number in football, intersection, number in volleyball, intersection, number in netball. We don't really have it in the list out because the total number of students taken, they only play at most 2 games. At most means less than or equal to 2, which gives us 2, 1, and 0. So it means that here our intersection is simply what? Equal to 0. I hope you understand that. So you shall say that number in, allow me call F for football, intersection, V for volleyball, intersection, N for netball, and this is simply equal to 0. I guess you all know where I picked that from. But if that said at least 2 games, then you just know that the intersection will be any other letter, maybe say for example X, because at least means greater than or equal to 2, and the solution set for greater than or equal to 2 will be 2 itself. So the solution set for greater than or equal to 2, the solution for greater than or equal to 2, it will be the 2 itself, comma, we have a 3, like that, and it ends there. So it's where the 3 comes back, which 3 means the intersection for all the what? All the 3. Hope that will make some sense. And now with that, we have gotten something very, very important. We have conclusively said that the intersection is always 0. Allow me call this off. Allow me call this off. Okay. Alright, good. Now with this, let's proceed, I think. Okay, good. So we're getting that erased off. Now we are still proceeding with our question. Still, let's pick our ink again. Okay, so the ink. All 75 learners play at most. This word here. Okay. Okay, so, and like I've said, please, this one is more like a good masterpiece. In fact, I've said this is one of the tricky numbers of sets, in fact, because I hope you have seen how you have been able to, how you have been able to note this, and how you have been able to note that the intersection is equal to 0. Okay, good. Now they're saying, let's proceed. Okay, we are done with that. So 9 play only football. So how do we write that? 9 play only football. Now this is written as number in. Now if I first bring all of them, we have football, intersection, volleyball, intersection, netball. I hope you can see that. Now 9 play only football, meaning that if only football is played, so you put a complement on V, you put a complement on N. That one is read as 9 play only football. So shall I have it here that N number in F, intersection V complement, intersection N complement, and now that is equal to how much? 9, which we are calling 9 only. Same way we have this. The saying 12 play only volleyball. So you write the same format, but a complement will be on F and N. So number in, you keep the arrangement as usual. F intersection V intersection N capital, of course, netball is the same as we have 12. But now which one? 12 play only what? Volleyball. So it means that if it's volleyball is allowed, we put a complement on F and a complement on N, like that. Then also we have 5 play only netball. So therefore number in, you keep the arrangement F intersection V intersection capital what? Capital N. So this one will be given by 5. So if it is 5 then, but we have, they have said 5 play on the netball, meaning that a complement on F and a complement on V. 5 play on the netball, and we have it right there. So 10 learners play volleyball and netball. So therefore, we shall say number in F intersection V intersection. In fact, here we should just say, in simple terms here, we're going to say, oh, sorry, I was going to erase off everything. Okay, now let's see. Okay, have this let's be written. Please, what I'm doing here will be carried forward in an organized way in front there. So we have number in 10, like what? 10 learners play volleyball netball. So number in V intersection netball is equal to 10. As simple as that. You can really see that. So now what does it mean? It means that we have that. Now they're saying that 32 play football or volleyball, but not netball. Now there is no way you can put this one. I think it's to do with the or. There is no way you can put it in the set. Anything which has or we cannot put. We can only put anything with the and that is intersection can be put in the set. But or means union. So there is no way you can put that or part in the set number. Now let's go and get that summarized into right there. So part F, they're saying determine the number of learners who play none of the 3 games. Alright, great. Let's go to the next part. They're saying, okay, Roman number 3 or Roman number 2 of part A still, they're saying, what is the probability of selecting a learner who plays none of the games? Okay, good. Then B, is the teacher's target reached? Give a reason for your answer. Now let's start off with this one here. Let's start off with the Roman number 1, which said determine the number of learners who play none of the 3 games. But of course, there is no way you can determine the number when you don't have a set ready with you there. So we need to first of all go and draw our set right away. And with this, we have part A. Please, this is a response to UCE MTC Wakissha 2025 item 4. So let's get our part A. We get this. Now first of all, beginning by summarizing. Like say for example, where you see capital F will mean football, where you see capital V will mean volleyball, where you see capital N will mean netball. Please, you need to always do this, and then don't also forget that whenever doing a number there, you must always give us a title. I for one have not bothered to write that, but in an exam, in order to be on the safe side, please, it's better you always write a title first of all. Okay, hope that has been really okay, noted very well. So now with this, we are made now to proceed and see how we get this summarized. Like we have number in the universal 75 and summarize that earlier on. Okay, we are now proceeding. We also got to know that. Okay, next we have that. Okay, now this one here was the same as. Okay, now this one here was the same as what you were calling F only. You can really see that the same as F only, football only. It was 9. Now this one here, now how do you tell the one without a complement is when you're done you read. Now like this one here will just be V only. The one without a complement is when you read and then you add the word only. So next also we have that. Now here this one is alright, you're getting this drawn. In fact, this was meant to be N, sorry, this was meant to be N, so therefore N only. Now let's get our Venn diagram drawn. Then we start planting in these values here. We start planting in these values here, slow but sure. We start planting in these values here, slow but sure. We're getting our Venn diagram drawn, and please, you're always advised to draw proper circles using a compass, not just a freehand, because the marks here are given based on impression. So let's start naming. We have that. The number in the verse is 75. The number in F, we have that. That is set F. We have set V and have set N. Now, what you must know is, please, I've clarified here. Okay, sorry. Please, I've clarified here. This is just N. This one is letter what? Letter N. Take this one as letter N. It is a typing error, I think. Okay, letter N. Okay, good. Now with that, let's see. We have 75 right here. Number in universal. The 9. Now F intersection V complement this complement, meaning that this is same as F only. So F only, therefore where is it be? It will be that right there, F only. And now let's put it. We have the 9 right there. Then we have this one 12, which is the V only. V only will be right in that area there, and we have it there. Now number in now this one I said it is N. It it is n, by the way. Hope you really understand that. So n only, will be right here, and that's how much? It's a 5. Okay, good. But remember in our summary, we also agreed that the number, in fact we even had this, we had that number in n intersection number in those who play volleyball and the netball only were 10. Now here they gave us and they were 10, whereby, of course, all right, now you find that the intersection, our intersection was 0, so here we would write 10 minus 0, but since 10 minus 0 means 10, we shall keep it as a 10 straight away. Like, say for example, we are proceeding now. Somewhere in the question they said, let's go back there. Somewhere in the question they said, okay, allow me to erase this off. Okay, somewhere in the question they said that the number of learners who play football is equal to those who play volleyball, meaning that number in F is equal to number in F is equal to number in V, if you can really get that. So we have that also here noted. So let's go there. Okay, we have it right here. Number in F is equal to number in V. I'll put it in green for a reason that we can be able to make a follow up. Okay, good. Now, without wasting time, let's proceed. So realize that from there, we are now going to remember that the intersection was 0. Number in F intersection V intersection N is equal to 0. Or you can say, now those who play football and those who play number in football and volleyball and netball are 0. Why is 0? Because somewhere they said that this 75 which are going there play at most 2. They said that the 75 which visit that area play at most 2, and at most 2 I said at most 2 means less than or equal to 2, which will be 2, 1 and 0. Now 2, 1 and 0, let me put for you in the set here. This means 1, 1, 1. This means 2, 2, 2. So it ends there, you see. We don't have a 3. Now this one here means 3. Okay, hope that will make some sense. But please remember this was a letter N. Okay, now we proceed. So let's put the 0 forward. The 0 will be right here for all the 3. Let's put the 0 there. Okay, so have a 0 there. Now automatically we shall have our 10 right here. This 10 here was meant to be a subtraction minus a 0, but any number minus a 0 means that very number. That's why I have not all that bothered. Okay, now we now proceed still. Now, but remember, they wanted to know here. They wanted to know. Let's go back here. Okay, they said what is the probability of selecting a runner who plays none of the games. Now those who play none of the games, I want to just have it for you guys here. Those who play none of the games, you have the Venn diagrams in that format. If you have the Venn diagrams in that format, those who play none of the games are always outside the circle, right in this area or anywhere, but as long as it's outside the circles. And let's go there. Now those who play, if they want the number, then we just let it. So shall let that those who play none of the 3 games. Now a complement means not accepted. So it means that F complement means they don't play football, they don't play volleyball, they don't play netball, they don't play any of the 3 games, and we are calling it letter what? M. And that one shall put it right here outside the circles. Let's get there. We have it there as the letter M, like that. Now what is next? What is next? We need to also get, we have many, which spaces are we having? This space is not there, this space is not there. We don't know them, but we shall put just letters in there. We plant in letters which you shall need to now find out. I said this was a special number indeed. Where you need to pay attention from is how that intersection comes to 0. That is it. Okay, now let's get that. We put any letter of our choice there. I've chosen X, then they have chosen Y. Still no worries, but remember that I've told you that this set here is equal to this set, implying if this one is maybe 13, even this one will be 13. That's the implication here. Now, but how shall we get the value of Y? How shall we get the value of Y? Now, to get the value of Y, something comes into play. Remember, in the question, they're given us this. In the question, they're given us that. That statement was there in our question. That 32 play volleyball, 32 play football or volleyball, but not both. And now I want to get this explained. If they say football or volleyball but not both, I want to get this explained. What you should know is that what you should know is that I want to use this small Venn diagram to get this explained. What do we really mean here? What do we really mean here? As when we say 32 play volleyball, football, the word all, then the word but not netball. So to want to underline. Now, remember here, we have the sets as that is our F, and that's our V, and that's our N. Now, remember here, these people play football, tick. These people play volleyball, tick, but not netball. Put an X there. It means that we must come and cover off the whole set of netball, the whole circle of netball, which moves like that. I don't know whether that makes some sense, which moves like that. And with that, let's do the shading. Okay, as simple as that. So we are shading that part, we are shading there. That part we are shading off. Why did I say it but not? That's why I've covered it off. It means that our answer, in order, this 32 was only got from adding the remaining spaces, the number here plus the number here plus the number there. That's the meaning. If they say but not means you only come and cover off this, but not netball. So we have shaded off the sole set for netball. We have shaded it off. So we have shaded off the set for netball. Now the remaining space is what we shall add and get our answers. Meaning that when you add what is here plus the one what is here plus the one which is here gives you 32. And now in our set, let's go back there. I've explained using that. Let's go back in our set. What must you see here? Now there are some statements they give in the set number which can guide you on how to find the unknowns. So you see here it meant that we were meant to shade off this. We are meant to shade off the whole of this. We are meant to shade off the whole of this. We are meant to shade off the whole of this. We are meant to shade off the whole of this. Now what does it mean? It means that we're going to add 9 plus y plus 12 equals to 32. That's what we're going to have right there. So I think let's go back there and see the way forward. So 9 plus y plus 12 is equal to 32. Let's solve. Okay, this you realize that. Please, you realize that. Okay, when you add a 9 plus 12, you get a 21. Our y is remaining as usual. Next we solve. We shall get the additive inverse, meaning that okay, 21 minus 21 is equal to 32 minus 21. Because this one is a positive, when you process the equal sign becomes a negative. Alright, good. Now with that, let's see how we shall get the answer. Our value of y will now become 11. Because 32 minus 21, you get 11 in simple terms. Okay, since we have the value of y, like we are, but what do we need? What else do we need? Remember from our question here, I'll realize of this. From our question here, please, we need the value of, we got to have the value of y as 11. Now we need the value of x, but remember these two were all equal, and here we have y as 11, we have the 0, we have the 10, we have the 12. So we can get the total for this, which total for that is equal to that. Then from there we shall now connect and get the value of x. So I think let's get there. So we shall get it from number in v is equal to that. We first of all get the total in v because we don't have everything, so we substitute. Now we realize that here number in v, the only person disturbing us was y, but we have him as 11. So we add 11 plus 12 plus 0 plus 10. We shall now have number in v as 33. Good. Now if number in v is 33, then what are we going to have? Remember number in v is equal to number in what? In f. So let's go and see that in the summary. So but number in f is equal to number in v. So it means that if number in v is 33, even number in f will also be 33. And now since the number in f is 33, so it means that from this, it means that from here we shall come and, since we have this one 33, even this one also is equal to 33. Even here, right here is 33. But the y, remember y was 11. So we're going to add whatever we have in the circles here equal to 33. So a 9 plus y plus 0 plus x equals to 33. Then we get that. Okay, done. So let's see that, the next step. So 9 plus y plus x is equal to 33. But remember, please remember that our y here, our y was 11. So we substitute. So our y is 11. We add 9 plus 11, that's a 20 plus 0. Okay. Now that then the next step we shall have x plus 20 is equal to, in fact this was meant to be 33. Sorry for that, 33. Then here we have 20 minus that is equal to 33 minus 20. Oh, it was again corrected in the next step. That's great. Now we want to get value of x. So the value of x here will be 13. Okay, like we are. We have the value of x, we have the value of y. What's remaining is only the value of m, like that. So We have the value of x complete, we have the value of y complete. Now which guy is remaining unknown in the set? You realize that what we are remaining with as the unknown in the set is the letter m. Those who like neither of the three. So if it is so, then let's see how we can get that. So what is pending is letter m, and how shall we get that? You add this plus y plus 12 plus 0 plus x plus 10 plus 5 plus this one itself equate to 75. We shall be able to get the value of m. But shall start with number in the universal is equal to 75. We all know that, meaning that you add everything in the sets. So we get that done. I've already explained. You add everything in the circles equal to 75. Now harmonize. A 9. Remember, we substitute. This was 11. You can see that. This was 13. Substitute. So we shall have. Alright, good. You see here we have a 13 for x. We have 11 for y. So you add 9 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 10 plus 0 plus 5 will give us that. So now we shall have the m plus Kista is equal to 75, meaning that when you add everything right here, all you get is a 75 straight away. And now this will mean that m plus Kista is equal to 75. We solve further. The additive inverse will give us, when this Kista goes the other side, it becomes a negative, like we have right there. So our m will simply be equal to 15. So lucky we are, by the way. After reaching that level, you show this kind of face. You smile a little bit because you know you're about to make it. Now we have the 15, we have the 13, we have the value of y, value of x, the value of m. Now instead of that, we have everything complete. We are now good to go. And without wasting time, let's, I think, go and have this set redrawn. Let's go there. Let's have this set redrawn already. We get the value, all the values in there, so that you can get everything answered right away and in the right way. Okay, good. So you're getting a Venn diagram redrawn by substituting in the values. Where you see green, those are the values of the unknowns we have substituted there. The other ones were originally there from the start. So we have that as number in F, we have that as number in V, and we have that as number in N. Good. Now we substitute in the values. What you see in green is the unknowns you have solved. Okay, 11 there, we have a 13 there, and we have a 15. Please remember, just to remind you a little bit here. This one was the one for M, this one was the one for, okay, Y, this one was the one for X. Hopefully don't forget that. Okay, good. Now it was part A saying, part A was saying, let's go back there. Part A was saying, let's go back there. In fact, determine the number of learners who play none of the three games. Who play none of the three games. Who play none of the three games. Now those who play none of the three games are the ones outside the circles. Those who play none of the three games are the ones here. None of the three games are the ones here. So let's get that answered. So the number of learners who play none of the three games is 15. We have already answered that. Okay, now let's see Roman number 2. Roman number 2 of part A. Roman number 2 of part A. Okay, Roman number 2 here we are saying, what is the probability of selecting a learner who play? Now, whenever they're asking about probability, for you only pick out this. For you only pick, what is the probability of selecting a learner from here? A learner who plays none of the games. Who plays none of the games. A learner who plays none of the games. So, none of the games is still outside the circles. None of the games is still outside the circles. So, none of the games is still outside the circles. But how to get probability? We say probability is equal to, we have that. Okay, number up, probability is a fraction, please. Up, down here we always have a number in the universal, which is 75. Then what they have asked for is what we put here. What they're asking for is what we put. Like, say for example, number in learners who play none of the three games. You see that? Then over number in the universal. Of course, one is 75. Now we shall hustle the one up. But those who play none of the three games were originally 15. So they're just going to substitute and get that fraction done. So probability will finally be equal to the 15 over 75. And that will give us what? The probability will be the same as a 0.2. That is, if you press this in a calculator, the final answer you get is 0.2. Okay, let's conclude as a habit here in new curriculum. So we conclude, we say the probability of selecting a learner who play none of the three games is 0.2. we have concluded that's the probability they wanted. I mean, they said none of the three, and none of the three is this guy right here. But the probability means if 15, that what I've asked for, of a number in the universal. They can change the question another day. Please, you can go under UCE math revision, UCE math revision items in the playlist and cross-check. There are very many set numbers, at least each with a new learning point. Okay, good. And the more numbers of sets you watch, the more perfect you become. You never know, it may even appear in your name. Alright, please. And realize that last year, according to the reports, most of the students were meant anyway. I don't want to bring out this because it will make some students to at least fear some of the numbers or topics, yet they are very easy. So let's wind up with this. Part B, they're saying, is the teacher's target reached? Give a reason. Is the teacher's target reached? Give a reason. Now, let's go and remind ourselves, what was his target anyway? What was his target here? So we remind ourselves of the teacher's target. But before we go to that, let's first of all get our Venn diagram right drawn. The one we had even right from the other side. Was the teacher's target fulfilled? Was the teacher's target fulfilled? Let's get this here ready before we can now proceed. Let's get this ready if we can proceed. Now you can see that there I'm using a different color. We have a reason for that. Now we have that number in F, we have number in V, and we have number in N. Then we are getting that done. Okay, you're putting in the values here. You're putting in the values here. Please do that the values. This is the very set we had originally, so I'm just getting it back. So we're reminding ourselves, what was the target? Teacher's target. I've picked this from the question. I've just made an extract in the question. They're saying his target is to take more than 60 learners. More than 60 learners who do what? Who play either football or volleyball. Who play either football or volleyball. Remember, O means what? O means union. So if they say either football or volleyball, if you have this intersection, that, and this is football, and this is volleyball, they want the answers within that space. All the answers within that space is the one they want. Now, those who play football or volleyball are which values? Which values are those? You realize that here, what you are going to take are the values in that green area there. I think these blinking parts, I hope you are able to see them. These ones which are blinking, they are the ones we're going to take. And in there, let me just remind you here, in there we have a 9, in there we have 11, in there we have a 0, in there we have a 13, in there we have a 12, in there we have a 10, where those circles are blinking and making an enclosure. I hope you are able to see that. And of course, let me get it for you here. So we have it that as that, and the total is 55 learners. Let's give a conclusion so that we can stop with that. We stop that blinking and you really see what we are trying to mean here. So we say the teacher's target is not reached because the number of learners who play either football or volleyball is less than 60. Yeah. So you find that it's not fulfilled because, okay, the teacher wants 60, but for us, we are seeing, according to the statistics he took, we have 55. So the goal or target was not achieved. As simple as that. Alright, good. Now let's stop this. Okay. Now, of course, you can see. Let me just draw for you the circles. That's what I'm meaning, because we're not being able to stop the blinking like that. So that's how the answers should be. Where those circles are closing, that's where our answers are meant to be. So you can mean to pause the video. Where they come and close, you pause the video and really look at that. That's where you want, because the word O, where is that? The word O means union. I've explained that. Oh, please, if you don't still understand this, you realize that you can go in the playlist. You have UCE set theory as a full topic of sets. You can watch. You have a lot more of the scenarios right there. And of course, this marks the end of this video. Please, I really appreciate your efforts. Don't get tired of this. I really appreciate your efforts, and that's how my face is over your support. Anyway, maybe with some alrighty. Oh, beards. Anyway, that's a joke. That's just a joke, because they say work without play makes someone a dull boy. Okay, now with that, let's, I think, get to the point. Of course, I said at the end of this video I'll give you item 5 of Wakissha. such that you really get ready for it, or you try it out so that when we bring the video you can also compare your work. All right, so that's the item 5 of Wakissha 2025. That's our next stopover. It will be posted soon or later. Also, we have it already in our gallery, ready to be okay posted. Wish you well. Thank you. Please, there is a video that will pop up here. Maybe you'll find it important. You'll be there to watch it also.